good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to take a look at this 2018 Range Rover Sport HSE. This Range Rover is showing just over 35,000 original miles. If you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire life, the current brake condition, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview on both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of its most notable features, of which there are many in this case. Starting here in the exterior, looking at the hood, you're going to find this metallic gray paint to be in absolutely stunning condition, really nice glossy quality to it. It's a really complementary color on a vehicle like this, kind of a luxury SUV, really presents beautifully. And it pairs so nicely, not only with the two-tone aspects like those black pieces of trim on the lower and upper portions of the exterior, but also on these silver wheels. They are in beautiful condition all the way around. Really nice, you won't find any curb rash here. Very well cared for. As you can see, 21-inch wheels. And it takes quite a substantial vehicle to make 21-inch wheels look appropriate, but it certainly does in this case. Looking at the wheels here on the passenger side, you will find a very similar story. They look wonderful. All four corners, and you can even see there the little Range Rover branded valve stem covers. You will see a small little nick just there on the outermost edge, but the color's hardly affected and it doesn't affect the outward appearance. Looking here at the front fascia, you'll find these beautiful headlights. I'm going to turn them on for you again here. As you can see, those running lights have just a stunning design to them and really nice LED technology, leading to a very smooth looking light. And the headlights are those thin bulbs just above and behind them. Really attractive front end, aggressive and luxurious, very substantial vehicle going down the road, and it certainly makes its presence known. Making our way down the driver's side, again, you'll find all the paint to be in perfect condition. You won't see any nicks or dings as I bring you right against the panel. A great way to check for any inconsistencies in the bodywork. As I go up and down, you can see there's really nothing to hide. It looks just spectacular. And that gray trim there at the bottom of the vehicle looks nice as well. Here at the rear, you're gonna find that nice black and silver diffuser looking perfect. Nice aggressive exhaust tips there on either side, looking nice as well, very complementary to the rest of the styling and trim. See how the badging is in perfect shape as well. See the Sport HSE badge and the Land Rover emblem just there. All looking perfect. And doing that same kind of tour down the passenger side, I'll give you a quick look at the bodywork. You'll find it all to be very, very consistent, very nice shape. And those very subtle flares over the front and rear wheels are just a very nice styling element here on the exterior. So next up, I'm going to make my way into the interior, give you a quick tour of the beautiful materials and all of the wonderful technology included in this vehicle. So I'll be right back with that, and then we'll fire it up. So making our way to the interior, you really understand the luxury in this luxury sport SUV. Unbelievably nice materials. This leather is so soft to the touch, really a beautiful place to sit. And of course, you'll be spending so much time in here. That is really important. As I make my way inside, see the steering wheel, all these nice materials, lots of nice leather throughout the interior. Even the dashboard is wrapped in a leather material. I'm gonna start it up here, push button start just there on the dash. You can see the infotainment screen rises a bit just there, just to keep the sun glare at bay. Really nice screens and technology all throughout this interior. Of course, you have this beautiful screen here at the bottom as well, where you have your climate controls there at the bottom. The climate screen is currently open, but I can open the vehicle tab just there and can adjust different drive modes. That can also be achieved by using this switch here in the middle. Just one tap rises it out of the center console. And as you can see, this is where you can adjust your desired drive mode. And then when you are done with that, of course, you can just stow it away by clicking it down. Nice and easy. Of course, I have this cover kind of half open. You can see there the cup holders right in a nice area and can be easily stowed away by that beautiful gray wooden trim that complements the rest of the colors in here so nicely. You have that really nice full digital display showing lots of information. One of the features I absolutely love in here, and it is a small thing, but it's worth pointing out as an attention to detail. You can see here that top switch showing your menu, your volume controls, your menu selection. Well, if you open the menu, you'll actually see that that switch changes. Pardon me. There we go, had to push it a little harder. As you can see, that actually changes to an entirely different switch to control the menu and the gauge cluster. And if I close that out, you can see it returns to that original switch. Really just thoughtful way to package two switches into one. And that thought process really does carry throughout the rest of the interior. All very minimalist design, beautiful cameras. As you can see here, I open up the reverse camera, very high quality. You can display different off-roading information. You have a beautiful navigation display as well. So you can see I'll open up that full map. Very minimalistic design, nice colors used, just really well thought out all the way through the interior. Just another example here, your heated seat controls are accessed by pushing in this dial and then using the dial to adjust your heated seat. And then when you're done, one more tap stows it back to the original temperature control. Super impressive, thoughtful design. Heated steering wheel, of course, as well. Excellent vehicle to pick up, of course, moving into the winter season here in New England, where it's going to get quite chilly. You can see here that Meridian sound system branded on the speakers there. Of course, that sounds absolutely phenomenal. And of course, a great sound system really contributes to a nice driving experience, especially with a vehicle of this category. Just going to open up the hood with one hand here. As you can see, the engine is idling very smooth, super clean engine bay. Of course, being supercharged, you do have plenty of power and some good sound to boot. Very clean, all of the plastics look excellent. You won't find any signs of corrosion here throughout this engine bay. Idling very happily, such a smooth powertrain. Really can propel this vehicle down the road nicely. Making our way to the rear seats, you'll find an equally nice place to sit. Now, keep in mind I'm 6'4". You saw me sitting just behind that seat, and I'm sorry, just in that seat. And now I'll sit just behind the seat, and you can see just how much leg room I do have. Really impressive. I can fit my whole hand just there. Tons of room for your rear passengers, and of course they have this beautiful view above with this massive panoramic sunroof. Of course, there is a shade that can deploy over that whole sunroof to block the light if necessary. Giving you a nice view of the front cockpit there. You do have these individual armrests for the front occupants as well. Just beautiful materials, and as you can see, the condition is just amazing. So well cared for over the years. Looking at that center console armrest reminded me of one thing I would be remiss if I didn't mention. This vehicle is equipped with a refrigerator. So as I open this up, as you can see, that blue light shining there controlling the temperature in that compartment. And if you touch that metal wall, it is truly cold in there. It's very cold. It will certainly keep any beverages or any other item you wish to keep cold. You could probably transport a snowball just about anywhere with that fridge. It's such a nice feature to have, really thoughtful. Another excellent feature as I open up the automated tailgate here, one tap. Amazing feature. I absolutely love this. So of course you can see very, very spacious. Here in the rear, you have this nice rubber mat to protect the nice carpeting underneath. Of course, you have a privacy blind as well. Now, being a big vehicle, of course, you can see it is quite a high access point for the cargo area. It's right around, it's just below my waist. Being 6'4", that is a fairly high access point. As you can see, a bunch of room underneath the tailgate. But say you're loading something quite heavy into the rear and you need just that, you wish it was a little bit lower. In most vehicles, you should, bring a stepping stool or whatnot, or get a helper. Not the case in the Range Rover Sport. This button right here really works some magic. So I'm going to give you a look here at the wheel arch for reference. If I hold that lower switch, watch that gap in the wheel arches. Sinks down a considerable amount. Keeps going as long as I'm holding the switch and really drops it down using that beautiful air suspension that contributes to that luxurious ride. And now look at how much lower that load floor is when I give you that same reference point. It's right against the ground. It's a lot closer now to my knee rather than my waist. Just such a thoughtful feature in this interior, and just as a convenience, it's amazing. I've been using the word thoughtful a lot in this overview, but it really does mean a lot to the engineers at Range Rover that they have thought of everything, and they really have. That switch is such a rare feature in the industry, and I absolutely love it. Should be featured in more vehicles of this class. As you can see, that tailgate closes without a hitch. That adjustable ride height is controlled also by the front occupants via this switch just here. You can see now it's showing it in the lowered position because I've just done so in the rear. But if I'd like to bring it to the original ride height, you just wait for that top arrow to disappear. So now I'm at a nice level ride height. I can push it again up here if I wish to raise the vehicle up. So now we're in an off-road stance. I'll give you a quick look there. Being in the off-road stance, you can see nice big wheel gap there. Say you're on a rough road or heading up to the ski mountain and need to clear some bumps or obstacles in the road, you have tons of ground clearance. Really nice. But say you're going on the highway and you desire a bit more stability going down the road, just as easily, I can hop inside, 2 touches on this button, and wait for that arrow to disappear, of course. Just takes a moment as we're going from all the way up to all the way down. But it's a very smooth process. You really don't notice sitting here. Now that you see the arrow is gone, take you out again to the exterior and look at the difference in that wheel gap. As you can see, it's just flush with the tire now. It's going to give you that stability. You can see considerably less ground clearance, but just so smooth, brilliant design, years and years of really impressive engineering go into making a vehicle like this one, and it really does show as you explore a little bit more. Just going to raise it back to the stock ride height as I take you outside for our final thoughts here. And there you go, that's where it's going to be riding. Just on your average cruise, that's about where you'd want it. So again, just a brilliant vehicle, so impressive. If you have any further questions, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you're going to find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.